good afternoon. Welcome to a Chit Chat with the Chattering Magpie and the rest of the gang. Hello, gang. How are you doing on this beautiful Thursday afternoon slash evening slash Friday morning for those of you over there in the Philippines and on the other side of the globe? How are you all doing?
I'm feeling pretty vindicated.
Good. I'm happy for you. I think I heard Teal somewhere and Fergie. Let's do a mic check, please. Hello.
Hello. Yes, it's not too bad for me. Today it's been a warm one. It's like 28 or 82, one of them numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is
I installed some air conditionings.
Yeah. It is that kind of time. I don't know if your summer gets muggy, so just hang in there.
Yeah. We're right on the coast, so it's pretty humid some days.
Ooh, yeah, I can imagine that.
Hang
in there.
I don't know what Celsius it is, but it was about 80/90 here in Virginia.
Yeah. How about you, Teal? How are you doing?
Yeah, it's a balmy 70 over here, and it's a very nice day. I had a nice day. I'm ready to talk about Bookworm.
Me too, from my 72-degree house here. I'm excited to talk about Bookworm. It's
just glow, why don't you?
It's been about a week, 2 weeks since we last chatted. Again, appreciate you guys putting up with me, and I had some technical difficulties last week. I don't know what I did, you guys. I have no idea what happened, but I had to cancel chit chats, read-alongs, and then to add to all of those woes, on Sunday I wasn't able to even sit down and record the watch party with the Zens because I had work and other situations. So it was just kinda not a good week to hang out. But we are here now. Yesterday I was finally able to get my machine up and running again. Huge thank you to some of the lovelies over on the server who stayed with me and were holding my hand as I fixed it all. So yeah, thank you to all of you for returning. Alright, so unfortunately though, that means that we did not do a chit chat for episode 8 and episode 9. So I'm going to briefly open a window of time after I say hello to the folks on YouTube. If you want to do some remarks, don't go too much in depth. But yeah, definitely some remarks and observations because yeah, I get it. We have thoughts. But first off, let's say hello to Liz Lepper, who was the very first one on the chat. Hello, Liz, darling. How are you doing? Are you with us? Happy to see you. Oh yes, they missed so many scenes. We're definitely going to talk about stuff that was missed. Don't you worry. Also, Zenny Rose Okate is here. Says good morning. Hello, good morning. And K Crana World is with us as well. Hello, welcome. And Crystal Brown is here. Hello. Happy to see you all. So we're just gonna let folks kind of come in, trickling in. Hopefully they get notifications. But yeah, let's briefly talk a little bit about episode 8. So Fergie, you said you had some thoughts. Tell me all about them thoughts.
Well, it was more just the fact that this was the episode that really kind of proves that this is a different world, because it's so easy for us, both as reading mind, but us as the audience, to just kind of glaze over the fact that, oh yeah, well, things will work this way, or we make so many assumptions in our daily life. To be confronted with the fact that no, all of your based in assumptions and morals are just completely different. And I don't know, it's one of the, I think, aspects of isekai stories I really enjoy the best, just because I suppose a comparable thing is going to a different culture, and just experiencing their ways, but mine really has to live and excel in this new environment. It's for her survival, essentially. How well can she mask as a noble? And so for her to adopt all of these new morals and rules is quite earth-shattering for her. does she adapt? Does she change to fit society's norms, or does she learn to kind of stand her ground and find a way to make Ehrenfest kind of fit her, goals and stuff?
Yeah. So it was a chapter for reality checks. Last episode, not 9-8, was reality checks with the Hassa situation, and it hasn't been 100% resolved, but we see that together with what is considered common sense in her world, and talking to other people, not just taking the noble perspective, but also taking into account what the commoners have to say and her own knowledge, she can kind of try to come to some kind of compromise that aligns more with her values, her earth values. So this is one of the instances where this kind of situation actually has bigger stakes, and it's good that she's having, it's not good, but like at least she's having this in a small scale. So yeah,
Ferdinand understands that like this is completely new to her, but like specifically to kind of expand on that, Ferdinand understands, he, like us, we're making a bunch of assumptions about Mayan, and just like, oh yeah, she's a upper class noble from this previous world. It's just like, no, son, this is so foreign to her. You are making a whole bunch of assumptions, and yeah, it's like at the end he decides he's gonna have to redo her training and education. But like the other side of it is just like, oh, maybe I need to give mine some leeway, maybe, and it is, we come to learn through Benno, it's just like, yeah, this whole place would have been burnt to the ground, and I don't think you would have preferred that, so he's being quite generous here with you to find an answer that you're happy with, like, because if take it out of your hands, yeah, all those people you care about would already be dead.
Yep, and that's something that would definitely traumatize her, or he knows her well enough to know that something like that would really affect her psychologically. So we got to give credit where credit is due. Ferdinand is actually willing to be a little bit flexible. Of course he is, he's great. So yeah. All right, so that was kind of somebody getting reality checked. That was Rosamine's episode, 100%. But this week's episode, I feel, was more Wilfried centered. But however, before we go into that, Teal, Patrick, do you have anything about last week's episode you want to share? Any impressions while we're still talking about episode 8?
Teal, go ahead.
Not so much. It was pretty straightforward, I felt, as from a light novel reader's perspective, and the things they skipped, it was mostly fun stuff and nothing critical. So
yeah. Patrick?
Well, I think I pretty much went over what I thought when we did our reaction. Yes, it was a harsh awakening for mine. She still has the common sense of Motosu Urano, who abhors slavery. She has our modern sensibilities for what is moral and what is not, and she has this rude awakening when she encounters the new common sense with Hass, and it's tough. And I mentioned, it's something that she can't immediately fix when Ferdinand just dumps it in her lap and says, oh yeah, this is going to be your educational piece. And so I think it was very important for Miyakazuki to introduce this conflict with Wilfried. And this is why I said I thought he was a very good foil, because you know what? She can't immediately do anything about Hass. It's just causing her frustration. It's causing her anxiety. And Wilfried, being the little brat that he is, this provides her a way to relieve that stress. And she can actually do something about this problem child. And in this episode, we definitely get to see her do something about the problem child.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Even if she foisted him off on Ferdinand for a good bit of the episode.
Right. I do
like. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, you first.
To compare the two episodes, in episode 8, we have Mine who's like, I don't want to plot anybody's downfall. And then in episode 9, she's like, so anyway, I started plotting Wilfried's downfall.
Yes.
Well, and see here, here's I don't know, double standards. I don't know. All right, so I got a comment, you guys, that said, the ones laughing and enjoying Wilfried getting abused are abuse advocates or were perfect children who were never stupid, that level of perfection, period, disgusting, period. Or actually, no, they didn't even finish it with a period. And that was, of course, on my reaction, so I guess I'm a little bit disgusting in their eyes. Whatever. No, but
there's going to be people who have problems with.
Hold on, let me just say something though. The thing about this whole situation is, I just wish that we had gotten like a little bit more of that Rosamine debacle with Has, because within her learning about Has and all of the ramifications of her choices and what it means to be a noble and to make decisions and to then like have to plot someone's downfall, I guess you could say, there was a very, very important conversation when she was like, yo, like, Ferdinand, like, you should also be teaching this to Wilfried. Why don't you? So that introduced the whole issue with Wilfried. So whereas the anime just shows him as a silly, stupid kid who's just a child, and like the light novel, the source material, really does take the time to show how it's not just the fact that this is a spoiled child, but it's a child who is using his rank and his privilege to, you know, not do his thing and to just live it easy. And these are the kind of people that eventually go on to become tyrants and despots and terrible, terrible leaders. So am I laughing at Wilfried because of, you know, if I see a child in the same predicament, am I gonna laugh? I'm not. Am I gonna laugh at Wilfried because I know the whole background? Yes, I am. So yeah, if you're an anime only and you haven't read the light novel, what are you doing? Get out of here. Go read it. Come back later. It's only 2 chapters.
There's also the fact it's for Wilfried's ultimate good. She's not advocating for him to be dropped and to be, because if he doesn't succeed at his baptism, he's going to be in a really bad place.
Yeah.
Right. I do want to support that point, Teal, because yes, Rosamine is kind of plotting against Wilfried, but she's plotting for his elevation so that he can rise up to the occasion and be seen as worthy of his station. I also want to say a lot of these people don't realize that the reason why Wilfried is the way he is because he was enabled by the same woman who turned Sylvester into the barely functional ob that he is. I mean, Veronica, she spoiled her male child, and then she spoiled her first male grandchild. And you see a little bit of it when Florencia has her slight crash out at the dinner and kind of pushes back at Sylvester, saying, oh, do I finally get to have custody of my own child and see to his raising myself now? You know, she was harassed by her mother-in-law to the point where her child was taken from her, and her mother-in-law just absolutely spoiled her grandchild. And Wilfried is, I think he suffers from it unknowingly.
Right. Yeah. So the actual villain here, this is gripe number 1. I came prepared with gripes. I have papers with gripes. No, I'm kidding. I do have a list, and I think I agree the Veronica situation needs to be more explained, I think, because she's a real villain. I don't think it was really established that the villain of the story here, it's not Rosamund plotting to, give Wilfrid a hard time, and it's not Ferdinand who's pushing at Wilfrid's head and bullying him and crushing Lampert, which, okay, fine, he can kind of be a little bit villainous, but he gets a pass because he has a personal score to settle in a way.
He gets a pass because he's hot.
No, I will give the fact that he is the product of a harsh system, and he thinks it is very unfair and very not good that this kid, who should have been brought up in the same strict standards, is not. So he's like, what is this nonsense? So there we go. Let me go to the comments. Unless, Fergie, do you have anything else to say while we're here before we go into the comments?
Well, plenty to say.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Say, just go ahead. Say it.
No, it's just like it was kind of funny to me because it's just like Rosamund. Oh, I don't want to plot someone's downfall. Meanwhile, Wilfrid, I don't want to read these prayers. It's just like just contrasted like that. It's just like, dude, you have such small potatoes. It's like, seriously, other than the fact that like the Rosamund is so much better than you, because like ignoring, a 22 in a child's body, whatever. But like, I'm running a workshop, I'm being High Bishop, and now I'm being told to plot someone's downfall. Miss me with that shit. I don't want to listen to your bullshit right now. Here, let's trade for a day so I can enjoy the library, but unfortunately open up the can of worms that is, holy shit, you are uneducated as fuck, and you're supposed to be our new leader. So it's like it's supposed to be a funny gag, but yet it sets off so many more dominoes that make us realize it's like, oh yeah, screw Veronica. But also, how did it take this long for us to even just get to Veronica, to have her name mentioned on screen? Because like, it's been a while since I've reread the series for like the fourth time or whatever, but like, I am so certain that Veronica had been like a corner established stone in this universe as being like, okay, we got the Fat Santa is like, okay, she's the one that did the stamp that allowed Toad into town, just like to kickstart this whole part 3 thing, and to have that not fully expanded upon enough so that like the average audience understand that she is behind so much of this shit, and it's just to have it passed off as your grandmother isn't around anymore, like that is so like antithetical to how much she actually means to this story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
sure.
He's never actually really told what his grandmother did until later on.
Yeah, way later on. Heal.
Yes, but to add on to Fergie's point, I have an anime-only friend now who's watching the anime, and he's all caught up.
Okay.
But he didn't... I don't think he conceived that Veronica even existed as an anime-only. And yeah, that might be a problem going forward. Now, I can't say, does he always pay the most attention anyone can? Probably not, but...
Hey, it's a generation where people are watching the anime while scrolling through their cell phones, so...
Yeah, he's a very average anime fan, and it's interesting to see what gaps are arising in his knowledge.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how
one last thing I want to quickly
they explain some stuff later on. Okay, Fergie, go ahead.
Like just talking about the gaps of knowledge and the rearrangement of information, like without getting into the subject matter, looking at the top or the title for next week's episode, it makes me wonder if like they're purposely like shifting around information, so it's just like we don't have something mentioned in the first episode of season 3 or this new season, and then have to wait 7-8 episodes before it becomes plot relevant again. Having to expect average audiences to remember that long, thinking they're scrolling on their phone or whatever, and as much as, I'd kind of personally don't like that as an anime only, but it's just like depending how they go about it. Like, you know, this episode, whatever, we had just casually confirmed, oh yeah, Sylvester approved Leslie, you know, and it's like, sure, I would have loved to have seen that scene and Sylvester's face laughing at it, but you know, it's like, I get it, that's a thing we can just hand wave and okay, she's doing it now, whatever, let's just move on with the episode. I get that, it's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
Right.
It would have been nice to see.
Oh, Kiana, you're here. Hello. Go ahead.
Yes, I am. It would have been nice to see Sylvester guffawing at Leslie's walking around around his office.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see that scene too.
Yeah, there were so many pet scenes. Okay, the scene between her telling Wilfred about the plan and he's saying yes, and then immediately they cut into him flying to the temple. I'm like, wait a minute. I know it's been a while since I read part 3, volume 2, but there was quite a bit of content in between these two scenes. And I went back, and to my chagrin, there was a lot of my favorite banters going on. I went into it in my reaction, but yeah, I was like, cutting a lot of stuff.
We didn't even see even just a flashcard or montage of Wilfred trying to drive Leslie and failing.
Oh yeah, that's right. He climbed in, but it wouldn't go because obviously that's how babies work.
How could I forget about that? Did that happen in a fever dream of yours? I didn't remember that.
No,
it
was just a short little thing, but yeah, that happened.
Oh.
And then I loved how Sylvester was like, "Give it up. Don't do this, Wilfred. You're
that is
going
true.
straight into a trap."
That is true. Yes, we got the poison. Speaking with a poisonous smile. We got last week also Teal's favorite line about, you know, Ferdinand's messed up, but she can't fix him because she's also messed up. Lots of little lines. So you guys abandon any idea of there being banter in this anime adaptation.
Okay.
That's just what I'm noticing.
Fair enough.
No meetings, no banter.
If it makes you feel any better, I also didn't get my favorite scene this episode too. You know,
which one? Tell me. So we can be
the late night discussion scene, you know, where can't remember the name, brings Wilfred a snack late at night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Wilfred and the kid?
Gosh. Another fever dream, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like another one of those scenes that just didn't happen. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. That's fair.
Phooey.
No, I get it. They hate us.
There are another 2 scenes that I wish I would have seen. Like especially one of them, they could have just inserted it since it was already there. The time when Wilfred was complaining about how Rosamund gets to eat these delicious snacks and whatnot, and then Nicola tells him that if you want to eat delicious snacks, why don't you create one of your own? Rosamund does it. She created the recipe for this snack. And with all that innocent smile on her face, no malice whatsoever.
Speaking of snacks,
from the mouths of babes.
Yeah, I'm going back to chat to say hello to chat. I see Crystal Brown is having Chips Ahoy, so good on you, enjoying snacks. Let's see. Crush Finch says, I love scheming Rosamund, can't wait to see her get better at it. Yes, she's definitely taking her baby steps and she's gonna go far. She's gonna go places with her scheming. Let's see, who else? Also Crush Finch continues saying, Wilfred got it easy. If Ferdinand treated Will like Veronica treated him, he'd be screwed. Yeah, and Veronica was harsh on her own daughter too. Like, we know Georgine, she went through it, and
she was treated much in the same way as Ferdinand was.
Well, I can't really tell that Georgine was ever poisoned by her mother.
Okay,
it was somewhere between Wilfred in this episode and Ferdinand.
Right. So Yeah, let's see. Crystal Brown also says, I wanted to see Ferdinand get way madder in episode 9 and storm in the dining room and yell. Oh, yes, darling, me too.
We were all missing that.
Yes.
Like, they didn't have him storm in and say, you must disown this problem child now.
Disown
they were
and
just like,
cast him out. Not just disown him,
Yeah.
cast him out. Oh, golly, I agree. So let's see.
For that scene, I always pictured Ferdinand bursting into the dining room, still in his high priest robes.
Ooh, really? You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe. But the manga has him like fully dressed on like castle attire. I don't know if he. I don't know if they ever. Yeah, I don't think they ever go out of the temple in their temple robes unless it's to do a baptism or official temple business. Everybody has to change out of temple robes.
They do though.
If it
There are
does
times
show,
that they do.
if it would be if he did show up in temple robes, that just means just how pressing the matter is. So maybe.
We're lazy animators, let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
There's another scene.
I'm reading
There's
a
another
comment
scene
here,
that I get to
Akihana, about Veronica. It says that you say about stereotypical gender discriminating parent.
Yes.
Yeah, the kind who always prioritizes sons over daughters. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Francisco takes up issue. With what we were saying. Ferdinand, I was abused, so it's okay if I abused others. I don't know. I don't think he's out to abuse Wilfried. I don't think so.
Well, to be fair, when he was being raised, Ferdinand had this skewed mentality forced on him by Veronica that every single thing he must do must be absolutely perfect, and if it's not perfect, then he's a failure. So,
yeah, he's just pointing out the hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm.
He was given this incredibly high standard that is completely unreasonable to pretty much everybody else, but that is how he sees life. Like, if I don't do things to the best quality ever, then I'm a failure.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's really like we say back to the beginning. He doesn't want to have to do anything with Wilfried, but at this point, when he treats Wilfried harshly, it's actually he's fulfilling his end of a bargain. Rosamund asked him to really, like terrify him, to traumatize him, do what he does best, right? Because he needed to have imprinted in his heart and in his mind, like the consequences of failure. So again, it's not like he's doing it because I want to take any opportunity to terrorize this child. He actually wants nothing to do with him. Doesn't want to talk to him. Doesn't want to teach him anything. He's just doing this because Rosamund asked him to. So if anybody wants to abuse a child, it's Rosamund.
But so I do want to mention that.
But we can't deny.
One thing that does support Ferdinand's unreasonableness in the case with Wilfried is it's not just Ferdinand saying that Wilfried is beyond help. It's even Riarda. Riarda knows what is more reasonable for your typical noble, and she's seeing Wilfried not being able to read, not being able to play a single Harshfield note, not being able to do really any of the basics expected of any noble at his point in being raised. And she's like, you know what? This child is going to embarrass you. You need to get rid of him now.
Mm-hmm. Right. In a way, they all just want to help Sylvester too. And Sylvester here is the father who he really pissed me off in the anime. He's just like, well, I guess in the book too. Yeah, both ways he pissed me off.
Yeah.
He's just like,
he's willfully blind.
Like he's like, well, I think it was only in the light novel. He's like, well, he's gonna have the responsibility of being Ob. So, like, I want him to have, like, at least a carefree childhood. I'm like, no, Sylvester, no. You're doing your child more harm than good.
I can kind of understand that too, because he had that rivalry with Georgine. Even though when you get into Georgine's story, it's like, yeah, he was literally handed everything on a silver platter, but he saw it as, he had to perform and earn his role as Ob, which is expected of every Ob candidate. But I mean, he didn't see it as a good practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well. So, what's up?
I wanted to say something.
Okay, so Akihana and then Fergie.
Okay, I was gonna say that I was just going to comment earlier, when we were talking about Ferdinand wanting or not wanting to have anything to do with Wilfrid. He definitely did. As you said, he definitely didn't want to have anything to do with him, and the only reason he's going through the motions is because Rosamund asked him to become the stick to his parents' carrots,
right,
so to speak.
Yeah. Additionally, what Balaam also says is, anyone remember that Sylvester essentially ordered Ferdinand to stay away from Wilfrid, so that's also something else. Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
But we also can't deny the fact that Ferdinand, at his core, does in fact have a sadistic streak. Like when Rosamund told him that he could fulfill his duty of cheering her up by doing that, he was all smiles. Like, okay, if that's the case, I'm on board.
Oh my. I will not debate with that. He does say he despises foolish layabouts, and he longs, whenever he sees him shirking his duties, he longs to freeze his heart and cast him to the valley of despair. Yes, I did memorize that line. All right, Fergie, go ahead.
Funnily enough, I was going to comment on the exact same thing, but I have a different take.
Oh.
I think Ferdinand literally, it's like you're half right in the sense where, like, yeah, he likes to be sadistic like that. But I think the only reason he's actually doing this is to prove Rosamund wrong, Like, Rosamund's willing to stake reading time on this. Well, like, he knows what that means to her. And I think this is the first, I guess, instance we get to see, like, how much both Ferdinand and Rosamund understand each other. And he's like, okay, if you're willing to go that far for a bet, I'll match it, because, like, sure, he gets to torture a little kid he doesn't believe in, but I think this is the first, I don't know if it's like friendship connection, but like seeing each other as like equals in a way, and it's just like, you're willing to go that far, okay, I will match you on that.
I like that.
It's hard to put into words, but I think you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. And again, every single arc kind of like, and every single banter situation, because she wants to do things one way, he wants to do things another way, the noble way. So the fact that they kind of meet in the middle kind of builds their friendship, their understanding of each other. And those parts are important, whether they're just meetings or little banter scenes. Those are important scenes towards this relationship, because it's not boss employee anymore, and it's not family either, because we all know that the family is just, it's just a whole bunch of BS. So it's somewhere in there. Friendship, I would say. Friendship. Go ahead. That was Ayuki Hana. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say something. This just came to me, but I think it might also be possible that another reason why Ferdinand went through with it was because perhaps he saw it as Rosamund finally learning to scheme. To scheme against someone, even though it's just, minor thing.
Yeah, why not?
So it's kind of like to help her develop the skill, kind of to encourage her. maybe.
Yeah, why not? That is also true. Why not? I like Francisco's comment. Says Ferdinand has always been the calculating Lord of Evil. We're just seeing it more in this episode, at last more than we normally do. Can I say I still wanted to see more? I'm like greedy. I want more of that calculating.
We
Lord
all
of
know
Evil.
why you want to see more.
Yes. So, I think you know the part with Leverett being crushed. Okay, you guys. I don't know.
That wasn't done justice.
That was not done justice. Okay, you guys, like Leverett folded like a rag doll. That was it. Like it was funny to me. Like I just saw him. I was just like, oh, well, there he goes, drooping like an underwater flower. You know, I just think, what is this? The direction I feel was severely lacking in this episode because in previous episodes, you get at least some of the paneling from the mangas. It's the same audio, same voiceover actors. Well, except for, put an asterisk there. They just needed better direction, and I can now see where the Ajedo director would have done a superior job in this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing because it's like the crushing had no weight to it. Like where I need the more vivid colors and I need that friggin' metal scraping sound effect. I don't know what it is, but you know the thing I mean. The thing that gives the goosebump shivers up your spine is it's just like.
Yeah, and they kind of give the voice like a kind of. Not really like a because when mine went full crushing mode, like full crushing, she kind of went like a trance-like voice, right? No, I just want like a little bit of more showing of anger and crushing. Because people when they're angry, their eyes color changes, but that's just they're angry. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're crushing in the light novel. And here we know that he is being crushed and they put rainbowy colors and such. Fine, but that could just be that he's angry. Not necessarily that he's crushing him, but we know for a fact that he was crushed.
He was definitely crushing him.
Yeah.
He was definitely actively crushing Lamprecht here.
Oh yes. Fergie.
Part of me wants to like headcanon justify that, like, oh, maybe they're not doing the hardcore crushing because like that one scene from the previous anime where it's just like, no, mind, get your thing fully under control. You know, it wasn't like full glowy rainbow eyes. It was like that half measured tone. And I'm just hoping to like, okay, are these just like half tones? Are we not actually wanting to kill these people because they're like Archduke family members? You know, is that what's going on? And, you know, therefore we're not trying to like get ourselves thrown in jail, or is this just them not living up to the standards that I expected from the previous anime? Like,
I would agree. I would really agree that he's not trying to actually like do full-on damage, just trying to teach him a lesson. Except we have manga. Manga 3 was developed, and if it had, and it's visceral, just how it's shown. Like Lamprecht is like somebody punched him in the gut with like an iron fist. So I'm like, okay, so I know manga 3 is canon because if that's not what the author was going for, they would not have approved it. I think they're just cleaning it up so that people don't take issue with Ferdinand being like abusive or violent or whatever. So they're basically defanging my Lord of Evil, and I am very, very angry about that because he's perfect as he is.
They're softening him.
He is psycho at times and very, very
sadistic.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
But also, let's take canon into consideration for a second. Sorry, this will be quick, because if he actually tried with his level of mana, let's be reasonable. I think he'd kill most of the people in his room. I think he needs to hold back.
Yes, of course. I know. But,
Absolutely.
But Teal. Anyway, go ahead, Teal.
I absolutely understand that, and that's my copium as well. That like they're noble. They don't show much outward emotion. These are very light crushings. We don't really see a major crushing again past part 1, to be honest. Yeah. But I do think since it is a very visual medium, sometimes you have to exaggerate these things for the benefit of the medium that you're in. And this whole episode to me really felt like it lacked impact. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. Look, I just read Francisco's comment here. It says, you think Ferdinand cares about Lamprecht, someone who he thinks is an incompetent fool failing to educate this spoiled brat, without caring about who Lamprecht's father is? Yeah, so you got a point, Francisco.
Absolutely.
For this scene,
There's so much room
for
here.
this scene,
Go ahead, Akihana.
for this scene, I would have liked to see, like, after Ferdinand, when Ferdinand was crushing Lamprecht, rather than Lamprecht just stopping down, he would have, like, grabbed onto his chest before collapsing, rather than, like, shock, and then down. That's what they did here. Like, shock, and then down, drop down.
You look like a maiden, just like, oh, pass me the smelling salts.
Yeah. And speaking of this scene as well, I really wish they would have given us some more context as to why Wilfred was suddenly being wrapped in bands of light.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then they also didn't give us Fran flipping the bed on Wilfred. I wanted to see that.
Oh,
like,
man.
nope, off you go.
Yeah. Fran is so savage sometimes, but that's what we love about him. He is the one that's making sure that his mistress does not, fall into conformity and then, dies.
She doesn't suffer any disgrace or dishonor.
Yeah. So he's doing it because that's what he would do for Rosamund too. Not that she would ever drive him to do that, because she and he have a deal. She said she is going to try to be a lady that he can be proud of. She has a level of maturity that Wilfred just doesn't have.
At this point in his upbringing, he completely lacks it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the
Maybe
future
Rosamund
holds for him.
respects Fran. Rosamund respects Fran. She sees Fran as not. She doesn't even see Fran as a subordinate, but rather as someone she works with, like a colleague and even a teacher, to some degree.
Yeah.
Unlike Wilfred, who just lords his status over everyone.
Yeah, for real. So
there is kind of something to say about the difference in educating boys versus educating girls.
Oh.
For instance, girls are more studious, and they're better suited to like classroom time.
Are they by nature, or are they just forced to be?
They're forced to be. I feel like they're forced to be.
Well, if you look at boys versus girls, boys tend to be a lot more rambunctious and need that physical activity. Now, in the case of Wilfrid, he was given way too much free time, way too much physical activity, and he was given more lenience than he really deserved. All because Sylvester said, "Oh yeah, he's just like me. He'll shape up with time." But
yeah, I think the real issue is the parenting style, because if the parent can get a son or a daughter to sit down and do their work, to love books, to do this and that, I think it all just boils down to Sylvester's crappy parenting. Why his son didn't turn out that way.
Honestly, I think the reason why Sylvester turned out the way he is, like half decent compared to Wilfrid, is down to their retainers. They were both raised by Veronica, but they had two different sets of retainers. One was the father had, responsible retainers who would chase him, drag him, tie him to a chair, force him to study, whereas the son did not. The son's retainers lacked that sense of responsibility and urgency.
Yeah. So can we all just agree, Chris, you, Oswald, well, Veronica too. I mean, she Rottweiler.
Well, since this is the spoiler allowed
Yes, of course.
discussion, then yes, I would agree with you. Oswald is a royal piece
And
of
speaking
crap, and he needs to be disposed of.
right, as soon as possible. Now,
What about Moritz? I forget him.
who? Oh, Moritz.
teacher.
Moritz is a teacher.
He's like a lame duck. He can't do anything if the people that are supposed to be supporting him are not doing their job. He's just like a tutor. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the poor guy. If he doesn't
Yeah.
get support
What's
from
he? Yeah.
yeah, the people that are quote unquote parenting Wilfried, then like there's very little he can do. Sorry,
Like,
Taylor.
if you think
um,
about it, a tutor's job, like a tutor's job is not to chase around their students.
right.
A
Correct.
tutor's
Yeah.
job is to teach, not chase around
It
their
is when he's
students.
the next Archduke.
Yeah.
In Wester's case, he had Riarda to chase him and force him to attend his studies.
Yeah. So the tutor can't go running for the kid by himself. Like, he has guard knights. He has at least one attendant. So like, tutor can go run, but why aren't the other ones running too? You know. By the way,
Well,
Teal,
okay, yeah, like
yeah.
we're
Yeah. Sorry, Teal. He wanted to say something earlier. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to talk. There's so much blame to lay around on almost everyone. But I like that Rosamund doesn't get caught up in, okay, who's to blame? She's like, I think I can fix it.
Ugh,
And she
so
proceeds
wise.
to.
Yeah.
She
So,
does.
yes.
We have been we're duly chastised.
Although, considering
yeah, but
considering what does happen later on, I do think she
yeah.
is a bit naive.
Soft.
Yeah.
yeah.
if we
She
nip
was
this
too
in the
soft.
bud now, then future problems wouldn't happen. But that's for future
Yeah.
discussion. Though one thing I do want to say before we get completely lost past it is I love the subtle I don't know. Polite backhand that Lutz does, like, here, I'm gonna give this illiterate child a book. Yo, that's not discourteous, is it, or anything?
Oh. So
That was fun.
No, of course not. You shouldn't be able to read, right?
yeah, just confirm. He knows that Wilfried is being a really painful. Yeah, right, he knows. So okay, just wanted to make sure. All right. So speaking of, when we were talking about Oswald and the retainers, I haven't talked about it at all, but I need to talk about it now, you guys. Let's talk about that Florencia section. I was so upset, you guys, and I'm showing the.
I think everyone was
Everybody's
upset about
upset, you
it. She was
guys.
not scary enough. She was
I'm-
not scary enough.
I'm showing the manga
Like, her
panels
facial-
on the
Mhm.
on the stream. Like, she's smiling. Like, she never stops smiling ever, but she's terrifying in that cold smile. Like
In my
Yeah.
head, I always pictured her as having that kind of golden aura that Rosamund or mine got when she was having that emotional thing, but under the complete noble facade of eyes closed, smiling, but still radiating that I'm gonna kill everyone in this room aura, But you didn't get any of that.
yeah,
Yeah, she
Yeah.
appears icy calm, but she somehow has that bone chilling aura. Like,
Mhm.
I'm going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Like, the least they could have done, the least they could have done was, since Elvira's eyes were, the animated Elvira's eyes, I mean, Florentia's eyes is already open.
They
The
should
least they
close
could
them.
have done was to make her pupils sharper, brighter.
Or
They
even-
didn't have to go full on crushing mode, but at least make
Mhm.
her eyes brighter, because that's the precursor to the crushing mode.
And I also think that we as anime viewers are tuned in to when a character has their eyes closed. You don't see all of them. They're hiding something sometimes. They're repressing an attitude. So they could have kept eyes closed and oh well, didn't you tell me blah blah blah. Still that same sweet Florencia voice, but with the eyes closed, and then open them at a key point It says, you have caused irreparable damage to our son, or something like that. Open him at a certain point, and then just do like a subtle kind of like filter to like darken, you know, the background or something. It's just small little directorial choices that that would have helped a lot.
I do love. I'm sorry. I do love that she is, at least for anime onlys, she's the somewhat unexpected final blow to Sylvester to say, "Hey, you need to get your act together and get your son taken care of."
Right. Yeah, and because this is after Ferdinand even says like, your mother told me like this much. So like even still, even after Riyarda like yelled at him, he's still not convinced. You're right, Patrick. Go ahead, Akihana.
Yeah, I was going to mention that I remember there was even a dialogue during this dinner scene. There was a dialogue from Rosamund suggesting that they have like, you know how parents bring children to work, they kind of thing. Have Wilfred go to his office and observe and even study there.
Oh yeah.
And then Sylvester, I want to escape, but then Florentia deals the nail in the coffin and that you will be a good father, right? Be a good role model for your son and not escape to the lower seat and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then,
Sorry, continue on.
Yeah, that was just like the sound effect that you would get from Sylvester. Oh, like no words coming out. I wish we could have seen that dialogue from them as well. Just to emphasize the strength behind Florentia's character.
So they totally skipped this part where they discuss some of the things like they're gonna do to help Wilfried. Sylvester is still of the mind that he doesn't he won't tolerate fighting between siblings. Stupid Sylvester. Anyway, again, Riyarda starts yelling, blah blah blah. Like you said, Florencia then like comes in and you know they sort things out. But then at the end, when everything is kinda a little bit more settled, Ferdinand is still not really believing it. Not really into it. He's like, it's too much. It's too much of a waste. Let's just eliminate him and focus on efforts on his siblings. Seeds of chaos are best uprooted early. And then because Rosamund's still like, no, it would be so sad, blah blah blah. He then gets up and he pinches her cheek and he's like, do not be a fool, give up on him. I really like that scene too. Again, it's just meetings, people talking. They got cut out. And again, because of time as well, because they really wanted to fit this into one episode when it could have been an episode.
Do you really think the anime onlys are ready for the cheek pinching?
They already had cheek pinching. They already had it in season 2. Remember when she was sad because of Lutz? He pinched her cheek, and also Benno would do that all the time to her. So, I don't know.
I don't know.
Benno would always snap her head.
When it comes to Ferdinand pinching her cheek, I think some of the anime onlys might put some connotations into it that.
I don't think so.
I mean, there's a difference.
I don't think so.
There's a difference between Ferdinand pinching her cheek and Benno pinching her.
You guys are weird. I don't think so.
Benno holds.
Oh, we're weird.
There's a difference.
I think
because Benno doesn't go all out pinching. Like he holds back on his strength, whereas Ferdinand does not. He pinches hard.
No, I think the thing you're missing is Ferdinand's a noble.
Ferdinand's pinches hurts, unlike Benno's.
All right. Well, I guess we can have a different.
I also want to say I don't
think anybody could read into a cheek pinch.
I also want to say I don't want to hear the resident simp here telling us that we're weird.
I I got two things.
Yeah, Fergie.
Like just to kind of cap this, no, I think it's just the fact that Ferdinand's a noble in a room with a bunch of other nobles breaking noble etiquette. You know, why are you pinching this child's cheek? But the other thing is, I really like how much the anime is focusing on Rosemind's past familiar relationships and how that seems to be a driving motivator for her, because it's just like, oh, you know, Wilfried, he could be disowned and, you know, he won't have a family anymore. And I know what it's like not to have a family anymore. I'm going to do whatever it needs to be to get him back to with his family. You know, it's like, I don't know if it's a shallow motivation, but it definitely works after a lot of the setup they've had where it's just like, oh, we're getting along without them now. But, oh, look, they have that one little meeting and, oh, isn't it cute? And everyone got their little thing. But, oh, no, them darn orphans are making her upset and Fran's going to smack a bitch. And now it's just like, again, that motivation kind of comes to the forefront. And it's just like, I don't know. I like it, you know, how they keep pushing that as her motivator.
Yeah.
And speaking of family, prepare dad joke incoming.
Okay.
Ferdinand definitely, I think we can all agree, made Wilfried cry uncle this episode.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's talk about what Wilfried calls or didn't call Ferdinand. It's his short story. He keeps calling him a bastard. He's like, he has no idea what that means, but his grandmother kept calling Ferdinand a bastard. So he's like, so he thinks of him as a bastard. Oh golly, oh my, I had forgotten about that little detail. Oh my. But
in
again,
some ways,
the anime didn't even go into it. The only thing, sorry, Patrick, the only thing that that kind of points to maybe a whole legitimacy situation is when he's like, I am the legitimate son of the Archduke. I'm like, that's an interesting choice. Like, you could just say you're the son of the Archduke. Why do you put legitimate son? I think that's an anime add-on, unless I'm mistaken. Which is an interesting. I guess is it because they skipped the whole bastards thing and they just want to have adults read between the lines, probably. Patrick, you were gonna say something earlier.
I'm legitimate. You're not legitimate.
Right?
Haha. Sorry.
Patrick, you were gonna say something?
I guess I had a misunderstanding because I thought that at least at this point in the story, Wilfried still kind of liked Ferdinand. I think I was forgetting some things from the light novel because I thought it was later that Veronica really poisoned his mind against his uncle.
Veronica's already away.
Well, remember the White Tower incident?
Well, yeah, but that's not here yet.
Yeah, I don't think he was predisposed positively towards Ferdinand, even here. I mean, would you be predisposed to be positive towards an uncle who is banished to the temple and who your grandmother like berated or talked about in a negative way, even though you don't understand what the words are? You kind of take a hint from what your parents and the adults in your life do, think, or say as to how you're gonna do or think or say about people. So he's prejudiced against Ferdinand at this point. It's my belief.
I always thought, by the time Wilfried was born and was really aware of the world, Ferdinand had already left to the temple, and Veronica pretty much, left it to Bezoins to keep harassing him and didn't really pay him much mind anymore.
Who knows? That's just how I kind of feel about Wilfried. Like, I don't think he had a positive view of Ferdinand. So yeah. But I could be wrong too. It could be that he got a negative view after the White Tower incident too. Because for sure she talked to him and she poisoned the well even when you weren't there. But I feel that later on when Wilfried finally calls Ferdinand uncle and gets some measure of respect for his uncle, that really moved Ferdinand and I think it's important too. So I want to say that never in his life has Wilfrid ever treated Ferdinand with like as a family or with respect or with any affection at all. And that's why Ferdinand was so moved when Wilfrid called him uncle the first time. He actually had to leave the room. That's what I want to believe. But that might just be me. All right, lovelies. It is.
Sorry, Magpie. Fairy tales don't exist. Said sorry. Fairy tales don't exist.
Oh, whatever. Leave me alone in my little world. I can believe whatever I want to believe until I'm proven otherwise.
Well, let's get to proving you otherwise.
Bring the receipts. All right. Let's see. Some comments. Sham1701 says, yeah, they didn't adapt any of this section very well. I think they sacrificed everyone's story to adapt the Wilfrid side story. Yeah. Yeah, they sacrificed a little bit of stuff. I really was interested in how they would adapt Rosamine and her day at the castle. It was actually really cute. Her chapter, I really enjoyed it because she is like, I'm gonna go read a book, and she's not only reading books, of course, but she also goes on to show that to help Wilfrid's teachers do better at their job. And I love the line where where she's like, do this, and this, and they're like, are you sure you're just a child? Like, how did you learn this stuff? And she's like, oh, well, and she's like, oh shoot, like now they're gonna be suspicious. And she's like, well, every
Hellish
woman...
education from Ferdinand.
No, she's like, every woman has her secrets, and what the Bible says, or that like men like whoever tries to prise the secrets of a woman will end in despair or something like that. And she starts laughing, like noble-like, and she just scares them even more. That was a really sweet part.
At least,
Teal?
at least we should still get some of that when she runs the winter playroom.
Oh yes, here's hoping. All right, let's see, who else? Francisco says you've done.
Speaking of winter,
damage
I can't wait
to
for
our son. Hold on, I'm just reading some comments from chat. But yes, I agree. I can't wait for this winter arc, Fergie. It's gonna be fun. But we still have to finish the fall, and I don't think it should take very much, considering that.
Yeah, but like that's I'm excited because that means
Mm-hmm.
stuff starts next episode. You know, like for casual audience fans, it's kind of unfortunate to say. It's like, yeah, on the 9th episode of this new season, the anime really gets going, but you know.
Well, the anime got going on the 6th episode, I think. That was the Harspiel concert, I feel.
Well, yeah, no, like pacing wise, but like I meant like the casual, you know, isekai fans who only want the cool clips that they could post on the YouTube of the Sakuga and the explosions and the, oh my god, that was so hype, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't know.
I
You get what I
getcha.
mean,
I
right?
getcha. Well,
Yep.
it's gonna be like the one episode if they're going to just compress it. It's like when we had season 3, episode 4 was the highlight, the peak, and it just went downhill when it comes to action wise and Sakuga. Like that's the only episode that had like good like Sakuga. So I hope we don't go an entire half a season before we see more magic on this one.
Honestly, next episode might be another #1 weekly.
I hope
You know,
so.
it has the potential.
I hope so.
We're gonna need a montage.
We have the studio, you know, that we could make magic happen if the stars align,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
the moon aligns,
First
moon
of
turns
all,
purple. I don't know.
yeah.
We need to find an expression.
The first Starat? Dragoner binds her threads. Or Ventush weaves her weaves. Weaves her weaves.
Hey, Jagarner, give the animators some extra time, please. Just a little fold in time.
A little wrinkle. All right, lovelies. So we're getting towards the end of our stream. Oh, look, and Patrick. Hello, Patrick. How are you? Patrick, thank you for supporting this channel during this stream with a super chat. With a very timely reminder to support this channel by liking, subscribing. Thank you for that, Patrick. You have a slew of hearts. There you go, there you go. And also, thank you for gifting some memberships to this channel. Very generous of you, darling. All right, you guys. So, I know we kind of spent a lot of this episode kind of like, but was there anything about this episode that you appreciated, like you really liked, or you want to like point out about a certain scene in general?
Well, I mean, for me, it's the episode in general because it supplements my point about Wilfried being a good foil for Rosamund, seeing as last episode she was agonizing over having to plot the downfall of the mayor of Hass, and now she's a lot more positive while plotting against Wilfried, even if her plot is to, boost his education and get him ready for his debut as a noble.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel pretty vindicated by this episode.
Good.
Not arrogant at all.
Right, sure. Anybody else? I think okay, Teal and Fergie in that order, I guess.
I could say Ricardo going on the warpath was very gratifying to watch, like in a couple times throughout the episode. But I think in terms of time invested, it was that silly, like, wood block that had the prayer on it. I spent like 2 hours on
what?
Trying to translate it.
Did you?
Yeah, but I didn't like full on share it because it has nothing to do with Bookworm. I think they just found a prayer or some kind of like religious instruction and translated it a couple times and then put it in the proper font.
They put it in Chat GPT, rewrite this in prayer style. I think
because it says humans living on Earth, and I'm like, well, this can't possibly be canon.
Ooh, they never accounted for the fact that there would be some super fans out there. Super obsessive.
They didn't account for me.
Trying to decipher everything. Oh well, let's have patience with with them, I guess. I think somebody said something about waters and rivers and something like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send to the bottom of the sea and then flown away to deep underground lands until they were gone somewhere, and then it continues on another. Yeah.
That's so nonsensical. But hey, they made it sound poetic. So thank you, Tia, for sharing us some of the contents of that. Let's assume that it was full training, maybe?
It almost sounded like a Verfamir kind of a thing, but I don't know if it's supposed to be.
Okay, that makes sense. I actually like that, yeah. Let's see, who else? Somebody in the chat said everyone can read but Dirk, and the orphans can directly comparing Wilfried to Dirk was also funny. I know, right? Poor little baby Dirk, we got a cameo. He was there, yeah. All right, Fergie, what about you?
I think my favorite part is just when Ferdinand told him, it's just like, yeah, it's the first time the parents told their children not to lose against you. You're constantly used to having people like play favorites with you. It's the first time someone's like actually beat you. You're not special. Look at these children; they're orphans. They're better than you. Keep good. Like the whole episode was kind of it's weird to put into words. It almost feels like a filler episode, but it's necessary filler for future episodes because Wilfried is an important character, and to have his kind of mannerisms and ideals set up now is important for later plots. But besides that, since we never talked last episode, the moment where it's just like Ferdinand goes to mine, it's like, I will teach you how to, how to scheme, and just the facial expressions on mine's face, like the rapid eyebrow movements. I don't know. Whoever animated that did a 10 out of 10 job. That was my favorite scene.
Yeah.
But,
Last week,
yeah.
that was a really great scene. And even though, by the way, you guys, remember how we always do like a thumbnail poll situation? The one where last week, the one where Ferdinand, I just put something Lord of Evil, or If Evil Why Hot, or something like that. Thank you, Tia, for the idea. That's not the winning one, but I'm still gonna stay with that one because I love that scene and I love that face. So that's the one that's gonna stay. It doesn't have to be the one that people chose. I'm leaving that one. Sorry, was there anything else?
You beat the simp allegations how again?
Hey! Do not take a stance with Patrick, alright?
I'm just making an observation, just making a statement.
No!
You just hate that I'm right.
You guys, why does being a simp have to be like...
I didn't say it was a bad thing, I'm just saying, like...
I am
making an observation.
Fergie, I will try to erase it from my memory if you apologize and retract it. And because you're my buddy.
I don't apologize what I say. I'm sorry if you're offended by what I said, but I stand by my statements.
I'm sorry if I
It's a non-ology.
Oh my gosh. Oh, everybody's out to get me today. Alright. Let's see, we have evil Rosamund scaring her adopted dad. Well, we wish we could see more of that. I don't think she was that evil this time around, though. I know in the light novel she was kind of a little bit like pushing boundaries, but not in this one. It was very wholesome. Byron Balaam says, I like Ferdinand comparing Wilfrid to every kid in the temple and finding him lacking. Yeah. Wilfrid getting like super embarrassed. Kind of feel sorry for the kid because it sucks when you're a kid and somebody like says something to embarrass you. You never forget that stuff. I feel sorry for the fact that he'll never forget that stuff, and sometimes you kind of wake up in the middle of the night and remember that and you're like, oh, that was so embarrassing. Hopefully he doesn't have that. At least maybe I'm the only one that has that, but anyway. Let's see, Crystal Brown is a friend of mine, says being a simp is fine. Excellent, thank you. Also, Hayami says, Wilfrid is the character that makes me realize that mine is not common for kids. She is the ultimate outlier. Oh yeah, for sure. Rosamund is not even a child. She doesn't think of herself as a child. She doesn't like to hang out with children. She only feels comfortable when talking like with Sylvester and Ferdinand and other adults. That's how she is. Fergie, that's a funny one. Dirk, Wilfrid, orphans, grey robes. Dang, that's brutal. And then add to that Lutz and Gil at the top. Yeah. Remember that comparing Wilfrid to either Lutz and Gil is offensive to Rosamund. She's like, how dare you? Like, they worked so hard, whereas Wilfrid has never worked hard a day in his life. So yeah, please do not, not offend my
here you are people. You are the pinnacle of nobility, and yet these lowly nobles are outperforming you in every single way.
Yeah. All right, lovelies. I think that is all for today. I had a whole bunch of fun hanging out today. I'm excited because we are going to get the the autumn gathering scene. We have seen in the video, like promo videos, we've seen some snippets, and I think it's gonna look gorgeous. I'm really excited for that. I'm interested.
Are we finally going to get the impetus for this gathering? Or are we just going to go straight into gathering and have no explanation?
Well, we'll see. For Ed's sake and for my own, when I react, I hope they really sit down and take a good time to explain, to show, not just tell about what needs to happen and why it needs to happen. Because I have a fear, and I was talking to the gang yesterday when I hopped on briefly on Discord. I was talking to Noemi and others. Like, I'm afraid that the books use a lot of showing rather than telling. Like, they use like events and stuff to like say the necessity of things happening. It's very organic, and I'm afraid that they're just going to be like sitting down, like, your body is broken. No, you're broken. You have clumps. You're going to die. That's why you keep fainting. So now we have to do a Jarib, and now to do a Jarib, that's why we got you the Harvest, and because now you have the Harvest, and so we're gonna go here. So today, at this day, when you go to the Harvest Festival, you're gonna gather in tree, be like, what? So let's see how they do it. Let's just see how they do it.
No, they're gonna be like we discussed earlier. Crossfades of white, flashback. Ta-da!
You know what? If they do that, I will be okay with it. I will be okay with it. I don't expect them to like flashback into the medical exam, but we'll see. We'll see how they do it. That's probably what they're gonna do.
Flashback to right after the exam.
But it's still just sitting down and talking about it after the exam. Why don't they just sit down and talk about it now? Like, why do you need to do a flashback of a meeting when you can just have the meeting now and do all of this stuff? I don't know.
Hey, Magpie.
What's up?
I'm not telling you to pay attention to what Fuji's saying in the chat, but I think it might be funny.
When it comes from you, I'm really careful. So, about Noemi?
Oh, about Detland and Ferdinand.
You know what? I think that some people who favor and who like Detland have a level of derangedness that I don't even bother, trying to like fix or correct them. They can live in their happy deranged world. Let them be happy. I'm sorry. That's it. All right, darlings. So those are my thoughts on the next episode. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you, gang. Can we spoil this chat? Yes, of course we can spoil, because this is all spoilers for all of the web novel, not counting Hannelore, but yeah, everything up to volume 33 and fan books. Lovelies, thank you for joining me today. I had a bunch of fun. Join me if you're a Zent tier member. Join me on Sunday as we record the reaction for episode 10, where we will, see how they adapt it. Fingers crossed it does it justice. And if not, you can join us also tomorrow. Everybody is invited and welcome to the Chattering Magpie Reads. We are reading The Count of Monte Cristo, which I know it's an old book, but it's incredible. You guys, it has revenge, sword fighting, what is it? I'm trying to think of the list from The Princess Diaries. I mean, sorry, The Princess Diaries, The Princess Bride.
Right.
It's like, it has revenge, it has dungeons, it has true love, it has this, it has everything, you guys. So come and join us on Friday, the Chattering Magpie Reads. And if not, well, then I'll see you on Monday when I release.
It has a montage.
Shush about the montage. I don't think it'll be a montage. Otherwise,
you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for Grandpa Bonnie. Where is he?
Even in the light novel, he wasn't introduced until way, 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 way later. So I'm not holding my breath to see it. Anyway, let's end right here. Thank you again for joining me. I gotta go celebrate with my homies Mexico's victory today, so gotta head out. Take care, everybody. Thank you, gang, for joining me. Love you all. Take care. Say bye-bye, gang. And thank you to all of you who tuned in, and to Patrick, who supported with super chats and gifts. All right. Say bye-bye, gang.
Bye-bye, gang.
Adios.
Bye, Matrix.
Bye-bye, gang.
Viva Mexico!